Well, Medha, it is excellent seeing you here today, so it is an honor. Would you like to start off with introductions?
Yes, of course. Well, this has been, since October, we wanted to sit down and have a proper conversation, so I'm so happy we're finally here in Miami, of all places. Neither of us are from here.
Yes,
But,
yes.
Hi, my name is Medha Krishen. I'm a former chef, now becoming an entertainment attorney. I met Slater last October at a music conference in New York.
With
and-
Digilog?
Yes. And I'm so excited to be here speaking with you today.
Yes. Thank you, Medha. So my name is Slater Colt. I am an artist developer. So a lot of people would call me an artist manager. I am the CEO of Lucid Entertainment, that's LCD. It is a record company that I started in Tampa, Florida in 2021. I am currently based out of Atlanta, Georgia, but today we are here in Miami, Florida. So we are here to catch up, ask great questions, and get some insights as an artist manager and an entertainment attorney.
Yes. Well, I shall begin. So how did you start your entertainment company?
Man, thank you, Maybe that's a fantastic question. Really as like a walk of life. 2018, I kind of began a journey to kind of like find more of myself. Just getting closer to God, getting closer to myself, and just finding out what was I meant to do. And so late 2019, I started connecting with really awesome friends, friends who were talented at singing, rapping, creating music, and music's been there my whole life. I just didn't see it as such. And obviously COVID happened. I think we all found ourselves during that time period. And that whole year, we really just connected more. So when COVID ended, which in Tampa, Florida, ended in like July of 2020, we can't tell the rest of the world that, but here we are. We just started doing events, and we just started like popping out, growing our groups. We grew to like 12 people strong. And so November 2020, I was like, guys, like let's do this for real. Like come January 2021, like the first, like let's be a team. And we didn't have a name at the time. We weren't Lucid Entertainment, but at that point, we committed to it. And outside of our 9-to-5s at the time, like we just developed, and we built concerts, festivals, everything in Tampa, and then expanded to Atlanta, Miami, LA, and New York now.
That's amazing. So if I'm hearing this correctly, you starting your own entertainment company is your first opportunity in music. You created your own opportunity. You were still working as a software engineer, correct?
Yes, yep. So I worked with data. I worked in the AEC industry, so that's architecture, engineering, construction, with a company called VSC Global. I love you guys. If you ever watch this, like you guys are definitely loved. So I worked very hard with them, and then as well as just built my own company on the side, just outside of all that.
Amazing. And when did you quit your 9-to-5 to just full-time go on in your entertainment company?
Last June, so June of 2024.
Amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I could have done it much sooner, but I was like, well, I don't have a reason to. I'm a software engineer.
Right.
Like, pay was obviously great, but I got a point where now there's missed opportunity in music, or a fear of missed opportunity. And so not necessarily acting out of fear, but like I need to do this. And so I had that conversation with my manager, Chrissy, and I was like, hey, like, by the way, I'm an artist manager outside of work. And she's like, I feel like it probably made too much sense for her, for my character. I don't fit too well with other engineers in that sense. It's really funny. But no, they wish me all the best, and they're really excited for me. They want to listen to all our music, like tune in. Like they were super supportive.
That's great.
And at that point, like within days, like I had opportunity in Miami, and then God just really met me where I was at. And then like there's moments where it's like, man, like here I am just making this work. It's like, yeah, it's 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. I'm having this music meeting. Like I couldn't have done this if I kept my job.
Right.
And so like I saw so much happen in our careers exponentially. Like we started to get like sync opportunities for our commercials, having the opportunity even to go up to New York for Digilog Week. Shout out Digilog, by the way. So many things that started like exponentially really increasing.
Right.
So,
and
yeah.
if you could go back in time, do you wish that you took the leap of faith much sooner, or are you happy with starting going full-time with your entertainment company last June?
Man, great question. I say I don't think I really look at it in those terms of like, do I wish I quit sooner? Also, I think even up to those last days of being a data engineer, I was learning things that's even relevant now, especially being in music where everything's so, I don't say like AI centered, but such a prevalent conversation, not just in music, but globally. It's like, oh, well, I know databases. I know how machine learning works. I got my degree in that. So I can actually break this down to a mathematical formula, technically, right, of how AI even works. And so a lot of that just has empowered me now as I get into licensing, as I get into bigger, brand deals and metrics for artists and influencers. all that data information from data engineering. It's like, oh, this is easy. There's like an analytics side, but then I did analytics as a consultant and an engineer. So I knew how to actually construct solutions out of it and reports. So hopefully I answered your question, but
no, you did.
I don't regret it.
That's great. And I feel like music now is so data heavy. Like everyone's freaking out like, where's our community? Where should we go tour? Where should we do this? And everyone doesn't kind of know what they're doing. And then you come in and you're like the saving grace, and they're so excited.
Oh man, thank you.
But we were about to say
people
something.
come first.
Yes.
And for some people, they might watch it and say, oh, say that's such a cliche answer. But it's like, without people, you don't have data. You don't have anything.
So
like, y'all want to talk about your numbers and this, that, and that's fantastic. But does the artist know who they are? Do they even make great music? Like, is it undeniably great? Can I listen to it like, damn, like, that's a great song? And if I can't do that, it's like, hey, it's okay. Go back to the lab, like, work, develop, like, study the greats. Like, if it's like, well, I make music, it's different than everyone else. It's like, if you're still saying that, I know for a fact you have not made enough music. For my artists, when I develop them, I tell them, like, you can ask my artists. I've really told them, hey, I won't legit take your career seriously until you can at least hand me 400 records.
That they have created.
Yes.
Wow.
And so I have artists that are well above 400. I got artists that have just reached 400. I got artists that are 200 records in. I got artists who are 60 records in who are like 30. And it's like just seeing that whole process within the team too, as people take that upon themselves, it's like they're like, man, Slater, like, I didn't get it at first, but as I go through that process, like, it clicks. Like, I didn't know what I was doing at first. Like, now, yeah, like, yeah, I can make music, but now why am I making the music? And so the why becomes more prevalent than what you're creating. And then that why empowers your what. And as you start doing that, the music starts meaning even more to the artists, and their creativity spreads. So now they're making beautiful records. It's like, no, I need horns here. I need a guitar string to come in at this point. I need the engineer to really open up the saturation on my vocals. And so the detail, the intention detail is allowed to get, more involved because you put in the time and opportunity and reps into what you love to do.
And my next question would be for artists who are, maybe they've created 100 songs, they're still not at the 400 song mark. What advice would you give them? Because I feel like some people, if they don't see the commercial success that they want to have right in this moment, they either lose steam or get very upset and put themselves down. So what advice would you give to them to not inspire them? Because listen, you have to put the 400 songs in order to become the artist that you're meant to be. And none of us know it. It's inside of you and you have to pull it out.
Yes. Keep going. And if like you need if you are at a point where like, God, like, what am I really doing here? I'm really watching Slater talk, like, give me a sign, right? And I encourage you, put some records out on SoundCloud. Like, so how I divide my artists right now as they're developing is like, hey, you have your major DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, etc. And then you do have like the freebie selection, which is really great for building a fan base. SoundCloud, Audio Mac, and YouTube. Start A/B testing. If you don't know what A/B testing is, Google it, right? It's like, do you like this version? Do you like that version? Do you like this side of me? Do you like that side of me? And take your time with it. But if you're going to put yourself out there, don't expect yourself to blow up overnight, because anyone who's blown up overnight, it was not overnight, and it was not a random blow up. Like, it was strategized, it was very strategic, it was a lot of work and a lot of people involved. And so it's okay to put yourself out there, share it with friends, and ask people like, hey, what do you think about this? And get in front of strangers too. Go to your local bar, your local venues, find out your underground scene wherever you are. If they're not supportive, go to the next city. If they're not supportive, go online. Kayvon's house, shout out Kayvon, has a fantastic community there that's highly supportive. Like, do A/B testing. I promise you, if you're at a point of like, you don't know where you want to go, but you kind of do, put yourself out there and get immediate feedback. Get so much feedback that you're like, okay, cool, I actually care more about my own opinion than I do other people's. And that's going to empower you to clear out those next 300 records.
Right. And then for those who have already hit the 400 song mark, what advice would you have for them when they want to build out their team? Or should they already start thinking about building out their team once they hit 200 songs?
Yeah, I would say that's like, an estimation of even a record in progress. It really is. As they go through that process of, let's say 400 records, you'll begin to understand yourself. You'll naturally go through life. You'll be challenged. You're going to have to say no to friends, no to family, no to relationships, no to things. Why? Because you need to be saying yes to your music. And in that, if you don't believe in yourself and take yourself seriously, how are you going to expect people around you to do the same? As an artist manager, I put no less than 10,000 hours into each of my artists. And the ones I even take on at first, it's commitment on my end. Like, man, am I ready to clash with you? Am I ready to love you, to hug you, to cry with you, to like see your life as well as my own? Like, that's a commitment. And you're asking that out of your producer, your engineer, your marketing team, your publishing team, your attorney. Like, it's a journey. Like, we all share life, and get like real with it. You don't know how long you have on this planet. So to share that with other people for even 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, like that's
long time.
It's beautiful. So when building a team, literally just keep going. Eventually you're going to impress someone, inspire someone, like, dang, like, I really think you're dope. I want to make a beat with you. I want to make a project with you. I want to do something with you. And then you're going to start learning how to work with other people. And that's going to be one of the first steps that you'll learn to like expanding your operation, because it's great to be a one-stop shop, and I encourage you to aim to be. But your biggest thing should be is the power of communication. If you can communicate your ideas to other people who are more effective at specializing in that, area of your career will be that much more successful, and you'll get to share it with people who are really awesome.
No, that's great advice. And another question I have is something that I constantly hear is, oh, the market's saturated, blah, blah, blah. And it's not just in music, other forms of entertainment, content creation, influencer, even as becoming a lawyer. Like, I always hear, like, oh, there's too many entertainment lawyers, blah, blah, blah. But for me, that's just noise. I know exactly who I am. Yep. But what advice would you have for someone who doesn't have a supportive team around them, who isn't able to uplift them? They don't have a Slater Medha on their side uplifting them. Like, how would you tell them how to stand out without selling themselves or facing burnout? No,
that's a fantastic question, and hopefully I do it justice with the answer that I'm able to provide here. So I would even say, like, repeat question one more time, and then I'm gonna go.
So how should artists stand out today without selling themselves and avoiding burnout when they don't have supportive people around them who can uplift them or show them the bright side of when you follow through on your actions?
Yeah,
things can happen.
Everything you do, you should do it because you love it. If you're doing something and it's really just not fun, and you're really grueling through whatever you're trying to learn, like maybe you're an artist, you just want to write records, but you don't want to learn how to produce, you don't want to learn how to engineer, you don't want to learn the business side, you don't want to get out in front of people. Like, I would say at that point, if it's really that stressful, then cool, like, refine your love for it all. Like, go be a fan again, look at people who are really doing it, and allow yourself to be inspired. Dropping that guard is so crucial. And again, like, I hope I'm answering this question properly for what it is, because this is such a thing that I've dealt even with my own team in the early days, where it's like, hey, like, I know what you need to do, but you have to be the one to do it, and I can only help you so far, but you have to really pull yourself up, and you got to do it, and I'm here to support you, and we can go at it. But again, if you don't have if you don't have a Medha, it really is like, believe in yourself, and for whatever reason you feel to do music, like, do it. If it's to, hey, Slater, I want to make music so other people don't feel alone, then create a record and go find someone who is alone and see, do they feel any different after hearing your record, after sitting with you, and find that person-to-person connection, because people are everything.
That's so true. And for our final question today, what are you hoping to learn in the next year?
Oh, man, at this point, licensing for sure. Licensing. I'm a power player, so I pay attention to a lot of people who make things happen, and just see, like, if I can make one decision and that one decision impacts 10,000 people, like, that's a power play move, right? So for me, as I go up like the food chain and the ladder of the whole industry, the next thing I see in my career is I gotta learn licensing. If I can learn licensing for my team, for people around me, people will trust me to make the right decisions.
Right.
And I trust myself to make the right decisions. I don't know about other people. I got people I trust for sure. But if I can learn licensing, dude, I'll make sure all the right decisions are made. And you as an attorney, you know how important licensing is.
It is.
So if you don't get licensing wrong, you don't just lose money out of lost revenue. You're sued for just not doing it right. Like, you're now losing money because the right steps weren't taken. And so now that we're dealing with brand deals and commercial placements, everything, like, licensing is that's the game. I think that's always been the game. I think folks who just don't get to that point, they miss out on kind of what the whole business is about.
Right. For me, my goal for this upcoming year is to surround myself with incredible music attorneys who put the artists first and just learn from them and be in the same space, because this past year I was working with a music law firm for about 4 months, and I mean, I learned so much. I felt like I was in music school 101 with them, but I never thought I'd be becoming a music attorney, and now here I am. So it's been great.
I love that. And we'll end off to tell the audience who are artists, aspiring managers, aspiring attorneys, educate yourself.
Yes.
Do not be afraid of what people tell you to do. A lot of people have different advice for you, and they don't know your journey. So the best thing you do is just educate yourself. You might say, Slater, how do you know what's right, what's wrong? See enough of it. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid of trial and error. That's how you're going to learn the most. It's going to be okay. Your career think of it in terms of decades. Like, it's what it is. Like, it doesn't stop, and it's never too late for you. Like,
That's so true.
pursue your dreams. Know that you're loved. Know that people care for you. Know that you need to love yourself and care for yourself too. Like, you got this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Medha. You're phenomenal.
Thank you, Slater.